Hello, and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button on digital-delirium.com. I am your host, Joystick. With me, once again, this week, as always, is D-Pad. How are you doing this week, D-Pad?
Wiki, wow, chicka bow. My name's Ian, and yo, I be seeing all the stuff that goes down. Wiki, wow.
All around town.
How's it going, fellas?
With me also this week, as always, is GameFace. How you doing, GameFace?
As always, we're under attack, so we have to watch our backs from stuff like flak and radioactive GAC. Not too bad.
You remember GAC?
Oh, of course I remember GAC. I used to fart with that stuff.
Okay. That's a disgusting mental image.
What, GAC? You put it in the.
No,
I'm
think
thinking
about
of
it.
silly
Think
putty.
about it.
Fart
Never
with-
mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm thinking of silly putty.
Anyway, we, first off, I believe it's on the 7th this week. I believe it's this Friday. The Mega Man movie
Oh, thank
on
God.
ScrewAttack.com. You guys should check it out. It's going to be awesome. Right, D-Pad?
Yeah, it looks so intense. They got a dude dressed up as Mega Man, and he puts on the helmet and everything.
We'll probably get together next week before the podcast and watch it.
Yeah,
You guys down for that?
Yeah, we should do a review of it for next
And we'll
week,
talk
maybe.
about it
We
on
could
how
do a
awesome
special.
it is before we do the podcast on next week's. You know what I want to do sometime? So I want to do a podcast that's just the three of us sitting around bullshitting for an hour.
Yeah, no topic.
No
A
topics.
no topic.
I could put any
episode.
kind of music I wanted in
Yeah.
that one.
You know what else we could do sometime is we could do a commentary of just a random movie. Or,
We
or,
could
or TV
do
show.
that. I mean, it wouldn't really be press the
Maybe
action
like an
button,
MST3K kind of a thing, except a little more... I don't
Mystery
know.
Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, except it would be more, I don't know, us.
Well, we do have 5 episodes of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
I'm down with that.
How to Become a Real Pokemon Master, the 90-minute VHS special edition.
How about some
Why did we buy
episodes of
that again?
Zelda?
Why wouldn't we buy that? It has like a little, 9-year-old preteen trying to look hardcore. It's just so painfully late 90s. I can't wait. I can't wait to crack that thing open.
Did he have his cap on backwards?
Of course.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be 90s if it didn't.
Didn't Ash always turn his cap around backwards when he threw his
Yes.
Pokeball?
Well, that's because he thought he was white.
Okay, anyway, another thing. There is a new Angry Video Game Nerd video up. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. He does Action 52. It's the longest one he's ever done, clocking in at 26 minutes. It's
Wow.
awesome. It's like
26!
it's like a TV show of the
Wow,
nerd.
really? Was it exactly 26?
I don't know if it's
Weird.
exactly 26 minutes. but
2
it's
minutes for
roundabout.
each game?
That's longer than a typical TV show. He omitted the final game, Action 52, being a
Oh.
52-game cartridge. I
He
don't want
left
to
it
give
at a
away too much.
cliffhanger.
But he omitted the 50-second game on the cartridge, probably because it's just that noteworthy. It's titled Cheetah Man, and I find out that is the only game on that cartridge.
It has a story and a sequel.
Yeah, I kind of want to review it, or review the sequel before he gets the chance to. But that's
Wow.
probably not going to happen.
What, the
Review
sequel?
it anyway, you know? I mean, we'll get a copy of it from eBay. We can get a copy of Action 52. You can play the original, too.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to do a video review. The problem is I don't have a camcorder at the time. Well, I do actually. I have a VHS, full-size VHS camcorder that a cousin of mine stole from her high school in the 90s. Oh, jeez. No, it was, well, I don't know. I only found it a couple of years ago. Well, yeah, I don't know. High hopes, maybe I'll get to do something like that. I hope that I do. Anyway.
If you could get some kind of capture card, you'd be able to do that or something along those lines.
I think Big Tim actually has a capture card that I originally bought. I might have to buy that back from him.
Yeah,
Oh, is
we'll
that
have
where
to
you
ask
got that?
Bim about that.
Who?
Bim. Big Tim. Bim.
Bim. I dig it. I also have some news. Maybe I can cover that. Well, not really much to cover. About halfway through the day, at the nicest hour of the day, I was inside in my pajamas, punching my way through the final boss of Mega Man 3. And it's
Nice.
mine.
Nice.
Second Mega Man I've ever beaten.
What was the
About
first one?
freaking time. Mega Man 2, remember?
Alright.
And I'm beating them all through sequence, except for the one. I'm going to go back and play that at some
Oh,
point.
I wouldn't even touch one, to be honest.
Hey, you wouldn't touch 2.
Oh,
Will you really think the first one is harder than the second one?
I do. I can crank the first one out in an hour and 45 minutes.
You can... You just said the first
The,
one
sec-
was
the
harder.
second one, I mean. The first one I can't even beat. Eventually you get to a point where you're not even fighting bosses anymore. And you have to fight for yourself, first of all, an evil Mega Man. And then you gotta fight this big clay monster. And I had the toughest time with that. If you mess up once, it keeps like disassembling itself and reassembling itself at the other side of the room.
Dude,
and you
that's-
gotta dodge all of its pieces.
Dude, that's in Mega Man 3.
Well, it's harder in one.
Well, I beat that. It was in Mega Man 3. Are you sure? Was it the same thing that was in Mega Man 1?
It might be. I've seen it in multiple Mega Man games,
Oh, bogus.
actually. The big clay beast.
Oh, that thing gave me fits.
I found a really cool website this week called Abandonia, and what this website is, it has a whole bunch of abandonware on it. You can play a whole bunch of old PC games. It's got the Bard's Tale games. It's got Ultima 4 through 8. It's got Doom 2000, Command and Conquer, the first Turok, Doom 2. A whole bunch of
would
Abandonware, System Shock as well.
Would Abandonware be referring to stuff that's no longer licensed and is now common property?
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
It's got a whole bunch of classic RPGs and everything.
someday DOS is gonna fall into that category.
I found it.
Nah.
I found it actually while I was looking for an RPG called Wasteland, because it's up there, and I downloaded it from that website. It was pretty cool. Wasteland is the precursor to Fallout, actually, and I want to play that at some point. Apple II, DOS PCs, and I think Commodore 64. It's actually pretty cool. I'm looking forward to getting to play that. And I actually have played a little bit of Fallout. I keep getting killed by rad scorpions, though. Yeah, I'm trying to feed my hunger for Fallout 3. I want to play it again, and they're not hurrying up with Fallout New Vegas.
That's what the new one's called? New Vegas?
Yeah, it's from, I believe it's done by, I can't remember the name of the company. The company that
Bethesda.
No, it's not Bethesda. I don't think. Bethesda did Fallout 3. New Vegas is done by, the hell's the name of the company that did Knights of the Old Republic 2. They're doing Alpha Protocol.
Oh.
Obsidian.
Alright.
I think it's Obsidian. And it looks awesome. I'm really, really excited about Fallout 3. It
So
cannot
it takes
come
place
out
in
fast
what's
enough.
left of Vegas, so there's still neon signs up and everything.
Oh, my Rangers won today. They got a 3-game win streak. They swept the Mariners. Awesome. They're in first place. Awesome. That's my baseball fanboyism coming in.
Speaking of baseball, beer.
What are we drinking tonight?
Reds right now. This is a lovely vintage of Coors Extra Gold.
I think we did this already, actually.
Yeah, we did, but I came up short this week, so... Coors? No, I think this is only the second time we've had Coors Extra Gold on the show. Hey, that's blasphemy. D-Pad just cracked his... Well, he depressurized his can, but he didn't really
Well,
open it.
you were taking too long. You
He
never
used
stand
to
in
do
between
that.
a man and his beer.
This guy used to do that all the time. It's been 9 minutes of the show, and we're just now bringing it up. This guy used to do this all the time. He would crack a soda can in such a way that it looked like it was still closed, and then suck all the sucrose goodness out of the can. And I'd open the refrigerator and find what seemed to be an unopened can of soda, pick it up and find it half full. Screw you, D-Pad.
Like the golden teat of sugary goodness.
Oh, let me get this last one here.
Alright, are you ready?
Ziggy zaggy, oi oi oi.
Beautiful sound. Beautiful sound. We do have topics for this week. Oh, I wanted to apologize for one thing. Last week I said that we were going to do an all Power Glove episode, probably. Well, as it turns out, I had one video game soundtrack that I had completely forgotten about, and it's the Suikoden 5 soundtrack. So you'll be hearing that this week, and it was 37 minutes long, so I wound up downloading 4 or 5 different songs last night. Let's see, I got the Nuclear Warhead Storage Facility music from Metal Gear Solid. I'm sure D-Pad will like that. Right, D-Pad?
At the very beginning?
No,
Or,
the stuff like when you enter the second building right after you fight the tank.
Okay.
I got the theme of Solid Snake from Metal Gear 2. I got Zanzibar Breeze from Metal Gear 2. The theme of the Empire from Final Fantasy 12. And something else I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh. Midna's Lament from Twilight Princess. Anyway, we should really move on. We should have 5 topics for you this week. We should get to them. This was a really busy week in video games. I'm sure you noticed that when I was doing like 6 updates a day for like 3 days in a row.
Mega Man, he's blue and cyan.
Link, he come to town. He come
Rabbit
to
Joy.
save the Princess Zelda. Cause Ganon took her away, and now the children don't play.
Now, I used to
Link,
think that
he come and
was...
save the day. Hallelujah! Now, Link, fill up your hearts so you can shoot your sword with power. If you run them all down, the fairy will come around. I can't remember the rest of that song.
That I used to think that was System of a Down. It's actually what? Rabbit Joint?
Rabbit Joint.
Huh. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it is. It's a band called Rabbit Joint. Okay,
I will belch beer on you, D-Pad.
can we?
Why don't you say that into the
I
microphone?
will get on the computer and I will prove to you that it is
System of
not
Down, I
System.
guarantee
No, it
you.
is not.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee
Rabbit
you
Joint,
it
I've
is.
never even heard of him.
Neither has anybody else. But I looked it up. It's a band called Rabbit Joint. Okay. Famitsu appears in the upcoming Peace Walker. Follow me on this. Hirokazu Hamamura.
The hell
The
did you just say?
editor-
Hang on, let me pronounce this. I know my Japanese, sort of. Ohio. Where is it? Hirokazu Hamamura. Something like that. I don't know. It's right in my mind, so I win.
Can I have that back?
No!
It's in Japanese. It's a Japanese name, and I don't speak Japanese. I only speak American.
Americanese.
Yes, I speak Americanese. Here in America, we always speak freaking English.
While we eat our hamburgers and slaughter our cows.
Anyway, the editor-in-chief of Famitsu is actively promoting the game. He's actually in promotional ads and stuff like that for the game. And Famitsu Magazine has given the game a perfect score. Kotaku America wrote an article about this saying how it looks bad because it looks like they're paid to advertise this magazine, so they gave it a perfect score. Kotaku Japan translates the article into Japanese. Konami uninvites Kotaku Japan from a launch party for the game, and Famitsu sends them a letter taking issue with this article that Kotaku Japan did not write. They translated it. That's quite the mouthful.
So basically what the conflict is that it got a perfect score, and according to the review and screenshots of it, it doesn't even look that good.
No, the game
So-
looks awesome. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker looks awesome, but Famitsu rarely ever hands out perfect scores. And
Yeah,
for
I've
it to
never
get
seen a perfect score. Not even for Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 12 got a perfect score.
You don't read Famitsu, D-pad.
I read Kotaku though.
And Kotaku does frequently report on things that Famitsu does. And they did report on Final Fantasy 12 getting a perfect score. But this game gets a perfect score. Obviously, their editor-in-chief is paid to advertise the game. It looks like they were paid to give it a perfect score. Not saying they were. Neither was Kotaku saying they were paid to give it a perfect score. They're just saying it looks that way. It looks bad on them. And that much is true.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I stopped reading reviews of Game Informer and such. You just don't know who to trust.
Yeah, it's really hard. Well, you can trust our site because
Yeah,
nobody's
exactly.
fucking paying us.
I only trust a review if I know the person. I don't trust the media about anything anymore.
Nobody's
really.
paying me to write reviews. So you get my honest opinion. But
Alright, hey, D-pad. I'm gonna say this. I'm only gonna say it once. Well, maybe twice. But you gotta be my echo on this, and you're gonna know what I'm talking about as soon as I say it.
get on with it.
Yes, get on with it! No, that's not it. Are you ready for this?
I hope.
Famitsu!
Now that we've made our audience deaf, what are we
it's gonna
thinking
turn
about
up
this,
as a
guys?
big blip.
I mean, it's kind of bullshit. Kotaku Japan did not write this article. They simply translated it from the English version of the site. Why are they getting in trouble for it? I mean, they're basically being blacklisted for this. Why?
Giving me the mic because they touch themselves at night? I don't know. This is just weird tabloid politics at its very worst. But life goes on. They'll be at next year's.
Yeah, I see that, and I just say, stay classy from it. So seriously, it's bullshit. I don't think Kotaku Japan should be barred from attending this for writing the article. I think Kotaku Japan had a good point, and I understand Konami and Famitsu having a negative reaction to this, especially if it's not the case that they were paid to do it and the game really is that good. And it's a Metal Gear game, so it's not that hard to imagine it being that good.
Yeah, but it sounds like they're just rolling with the fandom, like they're afraid to give it anything less than a perfect score because they don't want to get hate mail. They don't want to kick up any fuss.
I don't know, man. They've given up like 10 perfect scores in the entire history of the magazine. It's rare to get one from them. And maybe the game is that good. Would I be surprised? Certainly not. Kojima has a history of making stellar video games.
For all you skeptics out there, I'd just like to clear up the fact that we are not trying to accuse Famitsu of anything. We're just reporting on the fact that somebody has accused them of being paid off, and
more like suggested it than accused.
Yeah, not even accused. Bimmy even pointed out that. He thought that we were doing this segment on our show to accuse them of doing this, and that's really not the case at all. We're just reporting on the fact that somebody suspects this, which is kind of bogus because I don't really, given the circumstances, now I don't know all the information, but I wouldn't suspect Famitsu of any kind of foul play at all here. But
neither would I.
At
but
the
I
same
can
time,
understand how it looks bad.
Yeah, I understand.
I understand Kotaku's point in saying it looks bad in the first place. I don't know. I don't really know what to say to this, man. It's just politics, man. Shall we move on?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we can't really talk anymore about this until we find out more.
StarCraft 2 has gotten an adult-only rating in Korea.
Oh God, I'm looking forward to that.
So am I. But adult-only rating, that's hard to imagine.
Oh no, that's what
Mature
I'm looking
audiences,
forward to.
yeah. Adult-only, I'm thinking there's no actual porn in StarCraft 2, given the history of Blizzard. I'm thinking it...
Well, there's not going to be porn, but I mean, I've played the beta, and it's definitely a lot more... well, you gotta understand, it's a lot more realistic, and they just opened up a lot for the gore factor. You shoot an enemy down, and they just splatter.
Yeah, but everywhere else it's getting a mature audience or 15-plus rating.
So it's getting adult only?
Yeah, it's getting an adult-only rating in Korea. And it has been suggested that it's getting adult-only rating in Korea to combat game addiction because, I don't know if you know this, D.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
But Korea has a very, very serious problem with addiction to StarCraft.
They
got leagues and shit over there.
That's true. And stadiums. They have StarCraft stadiums. If you Wikipedia search strange deaths, you'll find an article about a kid who played StarCraft and drank energy drinks literally until his heart failed. Death by video game.
I would love to go to Korea though and just see a StarCraft tournament like in a stadium. Not because I'm a big StarCraft fan or a big Korea fan, but I just like the thought of video games becoming a spectator sport. Because truth be told, I wasn't much of a gamer as a kid, but I was absolutely fascinated and enthralled by kicking back and watching other people put themselves to the test at certain video games.
I do like the idea of, having video games turn into a spectating sport, or heaven forbid, an Olympic sport someday.
Well, I've watched tournaments of video games. I watched a
they can be cool.
Resistance Fall of Man tournament online that GameSpot held, and that was fun to watch.
Yeah, they're cool to watch, but I mean, it's never gonna be treated like NASCAR. You're never gonna tune in every Sunday and watch someone to play video games.
You're never gonna have people, a bunch of drunk hillbillies show up and go, "We're gonna go watch some NASCAR."
Well, yeah, but think about how it's gotten back in the day in the 80s. The video games were mostly kids and hardcore nerds.
Now they're all
in the
us.
90s, popular teenagers started to play video games, but adults.
That started in the late 90s.
Yeah, but I'm talking about more with Genesis, NBA jams and stuff like that. I knew some popular douches who were very big on video games at the time. Nowadays, it's college. I've seen a lot of college meatheads who probably never got past the first world in Super Mario 3. I pity them. Spending a lot of time on games like Madden. Again, I pity them. And
see, that's one thing I don't get, playing video games about sports. I don't get it.
Hey, Jams is the man.
It might be, but you could go
We gotta face off in Jams sometime. They're remaking it for the Wii.
Okay, that's cool.
You will be there.
Alright.
You will die.
Why would I be
there?
there?
Who needs to be in NBA Jam for the Wii as a secret unlockable character, or a character you can only unlock with a cheat code?
Poochie the Rockin' Dog?
Bill Clinton. You remember him in the original?
Yeah.
Bill Clinton?
Bill Clinton was in NBA Jam as a secret unlockable character.
Why?
And
was
then they
he
had
even president at that
codes
time?
where you could do slam dunks from anywhere on the court, so you
Well,
jump
maybe
all the way across the
now
court
it would have
to
to
the
be,
opposite end to slam dunk with Bill Clinton.
I'd rather do it with President Obama.
That's more
Or
fitting.
W.
Oh,
Maybe W.
No, that'd be awesome. I turned on a WITF, it's our local public channel today, and saw Obama was doing stand-up. I kid you not. He was saying he was saying, "Oh, it's good to see here." He was at a banquet. He said, "It's good to see here that the only other person whose ratings dropped more than mine over the last year was present at the dinner tonight," and he pointed to Jay Leno. This guy's got a sense of humor. I respect that.
at least he's got a sense of humor about the fact that his ratings are, in fact, dropping drastically.
Well, it's self-deprecation. I mean, a lot of presidents, well, a lot of important figures aren't willing to do that. I might not always agree with the guy, but you know, that's cool. That's just a cool thing to do.
Yeah. Anyway, think that the only reason that they're doing this is to combat the game addiction, like try to sell less of StarCraft 2.
I totally forgot what topic we were on.
Yeah,
let's move on.
We were talking about StarCraft. We have a tendency to see. This is why we would make a good episode of us just bullshitting for an hour.
So we don't have to stick to any topic. We can just say whatever we want.
Because we get last week we went from
our best topics
StarCraft 2 topic to Tigger's going to get drugged and chained up inside a circus.
Cat girls in a tube and something about
mimes. We did mimes in the battlefield.
We talked about
before
mimes.
last.
We talked about Robin Banks. Oh man, but our best tangents are when we don't stick to the subject.
And then
go.
My favorite tangent from last week was all the things about the hamster and the wheel, and like he can't get out of the wheel, so it's just spinning, and he's like,
right. You gotta feed your brain hamster.
Yeah, you gotta feed your head.
Everybody's got a hamster in their head. It's running the wheel of their brain.
We did that last week. We don't need to do that again this week.
Yeah, we do.
Hopefully Blizzard will be able to get this re-rated, because otherwise they're not going to be able to even sell it at most video game stores, you know?
In Korea?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's kind of a good idea. It killed somebody.
A lot of things killed somebody. Cars killed people. You think cars were a bad idea?
Yeah, well, you gotta be 18 to drive them.
Well, Korea. Yeah, but like 17 plus is the MA rating, which
I don't know.
I understand given the original StarCraft or the new StarCraft a mature audience rating, because I mean there's blood. There's blood, and I love watching the Zerg die, because they make this coolest splatting noise when they do. It's great.
Yeah, the Protoss are all clean. When they die, they just wisp up into blue fire, and then they're gone.
Yeah,
they don't even die messy.
Yeah, the Marines just kind of turn into a pool of blood.
Yeah, a little splat.
But I've run across people that said, every single time I play as the Zerg, I have a temptation to kill my own guys just because of how cool they are when they die.
I wonder if there's like any otherkin weirdos out there who think that they're actually like Protoss. I mean, if there's otherkin out there who think that they're Na'vi from Avatar, I mean, maybe there's some more classic genotypes out there. Or am I addressing one right now? Sorry, sir, ma'am.
No, we're not.
Okay, thanks.
Much better.
Yeah, we can make fun of deaf people all we want on this show, I guess.
Which reminds me of an episode of My Name is Earl, where it showed a flashback of Earl and Randy robbing a deaf chick, and they extend the ladder up to her window and lean it up against and break her window with the ladder. And then Randy kicks in her door and goes, "I love robbing deaf people!" at the top of his lungs. Mm-hmm. It's great. I fucking loved that show, man. They shouldn't have canceled that shit. It was great.
I heard a comedian say once that he wanted to have sex with a deaf girl, and then call his friends while he was doing it and say, "Yo guys, you'll never believe this," and put the phone up to her.
That's horrible.
That's horrible.
Like doing her from behind, so she doesn't see the phone.
No, I think you'd have to be like a blind girl then, because she can like turn her head.
Not if you're slick. Which, if you're in bed with a deaf girl, you gotta be.
How do you seduce a deaf?
Tell her you're a famous singer.
With a deaf girl, you could have her listen to Morbid Angel and tell her it's Barry White. She won't know.
Deaf people actually, they go to concerts and stuff, like they can still pick up rhythm,
I'm telling you, man, listen, with a deaf girl, you could fuck to Slayer.
Totally.
You mean you can't do that with everyone?
Yeah, I was, I'd rather have her hear it.
a
Also-
deaf girl definitely won't have a problem with it because she can't fucking hear it.
Well, I wouldn't be with a girl who had a problem with it.
Hey, D-pad. You remember that one commercial for some electronics company? I forget what it was, with the fancy dinner, and they put on the romantic soundtrack. Let me call you, sweetheart. I'm in love with you. What was that?
My love for you is ticking clock berserker.
My love for you is like diarrhea.
My love for you is like a truck berserker. Would you like to make some fuck berserker? I love Clerks. I really, really love Clerks.
What's the next topic?
Okay. 26 people so far have left Infinity Ward. 4 more.
Oh, because
Former
because of all the other
Yes.
topics we did on
26
previous
people,
weeks.
yes. 4 more and former Infinity Warders have joined Respawn Games.
Yes.
38 members of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 team are suing Activision, claiming they withheld like $54 million.
Yes, way to stick it to the man. Hey, pull away from the big businesses, go union. Oi, oi! Said the man.
Man, shit's crazy up at Infinity Ward. Gotta wonder if the hemorrhaging is ever gonna stop. That's 3 lawsuits filed over this now. I mean,
Yeah,
West
should
and
be whacked.
Zampella filed a lawsuit. Activision filed a counter lawsuit against them. Now 38 employees have filed a counter lawsuit against Activision.
And go them. This whole thing is ridiculous. I think it's legit.
When does it stop? When does it stop?
Maybe Infinity Wars will burn to the ground from this. Oh, I mean, the corporation-wise, not physically. The structure will still be there, but
Infinity Ward's practically burned to the ground at this point. 26 people?
yeah. Well, out
a
of a
lot.
staff of like 1,000.
I was imagining kind of like someday it'll just be, the structure will be there. It'll just be full of like seagulls and iguanas.
1,000 monkeys typing on 1,000 typewriters to write the world's greatest book. I just quoted The Simpsons.
Well,
It was the best of days, the blurst of times.
1,000 monkeys on 1,000 personal computers, and they'll come up with something better than Action 52. Man, I
Watch
really,
the video. Watch the nerd video.
That's the nerd again.
He
I really,
rates all 52
watching
games.
that, I really want to sit down on my computer and boot up Blitz Basic and just come up with like the stupidest game imaginable. Like sit down and just program it
And then
in an
compare
hour.
it to one of these games.
Yeah. No. I was thinking more like that game with the hand going around like flicking people and turning them into like bowls of
Safety
soup.
pins.
I think they were reading a little too much Alice in Wonderland and doing acid when they came up with that idea.
I think the idea was pretty cool. It was kind of.
I want to try and program a game and pass it off on the internet and try and say like, my parakeet programmed this somehow. See if people believe it.
I don't think.
Hey, there is a band on the internet with a grindcore band with a parrot lead singer.
Hatebeak.
Hatebeak is the
Yeah.
shit. Fucking love Hatebeak. They're awesome. They're actually good. They're actually a good band. Seriously, I like Hatebeak. Anyway, what we were talking about? Oh yeah, Infinity Ward. This bullshit. Are you guys sick of talking about Infinity Ward yet?
It's been like a month.
Yeah, no, dude, it's been like 2 months. Because the first time we talked about this was the very first podcast, remember?
It's true. It's been like 6.5 episodes.
No, this is episode 9, man. We're on episode 9. Next week will be episode 10. We will be 10 weeks old. Can you believe that?
Are we gonna throw a little celebration or something?
Maybe we should do the bullshitting episode for episode 10 to
Yeah, I
celebrate.
could see that. But that would mean we'd have to have extra topics for the 11th episode. Everything we missed.
Or
Which would
for a
mean
10th,
like
maybe we could
two
do like an
topics
extra
about
long
Infinity
episode for our
Wars.
10th episode so we can bullshit for like 30 minutes and then move on to the topics. What do you think? pizza.
Sriracha. Can I have some sriracha on that?
Sriracha.
Okay, but you gotta hold this.
Yeah, I like my pizza with a little bit of Bam. That's why I use, hang on, that's closed, D-pad. What brand is that? It's authentic Vietnamese hot chili sauce. Oh, man, it's banging. It's garlicky
Speaking
and
of chili
tomatoey
sauce,
and freaking hot.
You know what that goes great with?
What?
Bread. And 3 eggs.
And chutney.
Chutney.
Oh, man. Ultimate beer munchies, ladies and gentlemen. Triple fried egg sandwich with chili sauce and chutney.
Actually, it is surprisingly good.
You gotta get Major Gray's Major Gray's mango chutney or spicy chutney from Patak brand. And the chili sauce, I've been using Heinz, but it just doesn't have a whole lot of kick to it. I haven't really found a good chili sauce. I mean, like, it's just, kind of a hair away.
One chili sauce.
Well, the Heinz was just a hair away from ketchup. It's just a slightly different consistency.
They take ketchup, they put hair into it, and it becomes chili sauce.
Ew.
I think I just turned everyone off from chili sauce forever.
Oh my god, this is so good. This sriracha sauce. It's so hot. Oh my god, my mouth is on fire.
What?
I want to know when
This stuff
bullshit
is strong.
gonna end, man, with Infinity Ward. Because I'm sick of reporting on them. And this is like the 4th podcast or something that we've talked about them.
Yeah,
Infinity Ward? What the hell?
They just need to hurry up and collapse. Jesus Christ, I am in so much pain right now. My mouth
hurt
and
so
my
good?
tongue, and yeah, it's such a tasty demise. Hey, how's it going, Big T?
We decided that your name is Bim. Okay, Bim.
Hang on. Bim has his own pseudonym. Would you like to introduce yourself under your self-selected pseudonym here?
Slacker Chan.
This is Slacker Chan. Long story. Anyway, what's up? On our show, and our microphone has come unplugged. Sorry about that, late. What is this?
That's the microphone.
It looks like
plugged back in.
It looks like a ski slope.
That's the microphone being plugged back in.
Anyway, let's move on.
That was Bim.
Bim Slacker Chan Robbins. Is
Okay,
his full name.
Bungie, the company that created Halo, and I wish they would go back and do a new Marathon game. Come on, Bungie, give us Marathon 3, damn it. Bungie signed a 10-year-long publishing deal this week with Activision, shocking the entire gaming community. This came out of nowhere. Nobody expected this. But this means we will get Bungie games on the PlayStation 3. It does not mean we will be getting Halo on the PlayStation 3 because Microsoft owns the rights to that. And in interviews about this, they basically, the guy who works for EA or whatever, basically said, let's kick EA's ass. I mean, he said that in a roundabout way, but that's basically it. So what are we thinking we're going to see out of this, guys?
I couldn't pay attention, my mouth was just in too much pain. Oh god, I'm like drinking beer and it's not taking care of it. What is this stuff? Sriracha sauce?
Yeah, what do we expect to see out of this? I'm going to say evergreens, jam, radioactive peanuts, and spaniels.
Maybe some three-eyed fish, like Blinky.
The end of the world. They'll release their first game on the PlayStation 3 in 2012, thus bringing about the end of the world.
It could be the cause of the end of the world.
Oh, epic. They're like, because someone said Bungie games will be on the PlayStation 3 when pigs fly. And
we should just
when hell
catapult a bunch
freezes
of
over.
pigs that day.
And apparently pigs are going to fly and hell will freeze over because, you know, Activision has a tendency to release games on every single console known to man. Seriously. They'll release consoles on the they'll release stuff on the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, Wii, DS, iPhone, iPad, and 360. For all of those consoles, they'll release their games. It's ridiculous. Of course, they can't do the same game on each console, so they have to program different degraded versions of it for the different consoles. But yeah, Bungie has brought about the end of civilization because we will see their games on the PlayStation 3. Mm-hmm. I'm seriously hoping for a new Marathon game, but they said they're going to do new IPs, I think. I don't like Halo, but I recognize that Bungie is a very talented company. And I'm glad to see them doing something that isn't Halo. And they said they've been working on a new project for a while. I'm going to wonder what it is. I'll probably at least give it a try. Can't be as overrated as Halo.
Yeah, they've really sapped off of the Halo franchise. They got the whole Halo Wars thing.
Halo Reach coming out.
Halo Reach, yeah, I just read about that.
Halo ODST.
The next franchise that just goes and goes and won't die like the zombies in the game. Kind of like The Simpsons.
D-Pad, you gotta give him the mic when he's talking because these mics are not very sensitive. And I'm sorry, D-Pad. And I made fun of you for not being able to hold your Sriracha. I just freaking overdosed on this stuff. I'm dying here.
Your face is red.
My face is red.
Are you crying? No, you're sweating.
I'm sweating
you're
out
really
my
sweating.
eyes. I love it. It hurts so good.
We have milk, you know.
Why drink milk?
I
when
look
there's
like
beer?
some kind of a homo.
Yes.
Touché. That's all I need. I don't need milk. I just need to go.
Just breathe.
I believe they call that the reverse blow.
Wait, say that again.
I believe that's called the reverse blow.
Otherwise known as the suck.
It's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow.
Oh, did you see that I posted up online the Mega Man that Capcom patented the term Mega Man Universe this week?
They patented the term, what?
Mega Man Universe.
Seriously?
Yeah, that means they're going to be working on a bunch of different kind of Mega Man stuff.
That don't necessarily have Mega Man in them. It's just the same universe.
Possibly. I mean, there have been Mega Man type games that do not star Mega Man.
Like what?
Mega Man Zero. Which I also reported on that this week. There are 4 Mega Man Zero games, and there's going to be a compilation of them for the Nintendo DS. Of course, in that game you play as Zero, and Zero's pretty badass.
I love Zero.
Hell yeah!
Have you ever played the Mega Man X5?
I own Mega Man X5 because I have the Mega Man X collection. And
No,
which means
it's X6 is when Zero dies and Mega Man takes his sword.
I
Pretty
don't
badass.
remember
You
that.
get every time you beat a boss, you get 2 powers. You get a sword version and a gun version.
That's cool. That's really cool. I think he wants to say something.
Sidebar. Never played Mega Man, but it can't be cooler than Zero from Code Geass.
I knew you'd say that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't listen to him.
Judge
He's-
Dredd,
that's-
I knew
that's-
you'd say that. If they ever do like a mainstream Mega Man movie, and I'm really excited about this independent one, but if they ever do like a Hollywood version of it, they have to have Stallone in it. I don't care who he plays, he just has to have a walk-on role. I don't care. I will not go see it if, well, yeah, I will. Anyway.
You'll go see it if it doesn't star Mega Man. You'd be like, "There's a Mega Man. It's got Mega Man in the title. I have to go see it."
I'd go see it if it had Chris Kattan. But personally, I think it would be best if Jason Statham was in it.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. But I'm really looking forward to this fan-produced Mega Man film. It's going to be the shit. Anyway, yeah, Bungie signed a deal with Activision. I was surprised at this. I did not see this coming. Especially in light of all that Activision has been through with 2 lawsuits against them right now, and them with the lawsuit against Weston Zampella from Infinity Ward, and the constant hemorrhaging
just drinking the sauce. Alex,
constant
You
hemorrhaging
are
of
hooked on
Infinity
adrenaline.
Ward. I guess they just desperately needed good news at this point, since they've been in the bad press for like a month now, or 2 months now.
Well, I mean, just look at EA. EA was literally about to tank, and all of a sudden they go and do a survival horror, Dead Space, which they've never done before. And
It turned out
saved
great.
and it saved the entire company. And now they're starting to do games different thanks to it.
Well, they're actually like, suddenly they're willing to do an original IP. I mean, they took a risk with that. They took a risk with Dante's Inferno. That one didn't turn out as well as Dead Space.
I love Dead Space. I like Dante's Inferno too.
Well, that's what happens when you take, the code from God of War and you just change the character, basically.
Yeah, it is God of War.
Except with new graphics, and that's it. And a different storyline.
And less polish.
Yeah.
And more tits.
Which
Actually,
is impressive, because God of War does have quite a bit of tits
Yeah,
in
maybe.
it.
But like
Well, I guess-
Dante's Inferno had just had tits for the sake of tits. Like there's some scenes where like a girl's talking and it doesn't even show her face; it just shows her tits talking.
Another sidebar, if I was in hell, I don't think there would be a single tit, Because
Would it all be dicks?
Well, yeah. With wings, bat
Women
wings.
would just have
Dicks with bat wings.
dicks on their chest. It'd be horrible.
Dicks with bat wings. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It sounds like they're going to do a new IP from Bungie, and it's about time. I wish they'd go back to Marathon and do a new one of that. That would be really cool, because I liked Marathon when I was a kid. But if they're going to do something new, I'll definitely give it a try, because I recognize that Bungie is a very, very talented company, even though I don't necessarily even though I don't necessarily like what they've been doing for the past 9 years. Okay, I showed you guys a trailer for this before this began. Call of Duty Black Ops was announced. There's going to be a single-player campaign. There's going to be competitive and cooperative multiplayer modes. The release date is November 9th, 2010. It's set during the Cold War. Parts of it are going to take place in Vietnam. I am very, very excited from this game. Treyarch is doing it. And Treyarch did World at War, and I thought World at War was an excellent game. What'd you guys think of the trailer?
I don't actually remember the trailer. Is the problem here?
Go figure.
I think I was falling asleep.
You sound like you're falling asleep.
It's these cocoa munchies, like after you eat a bunch, all the blood goes to your stomach. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Neither do I.
Well, I think an important question for Call of Duty is, are they going to have the same broken down physics with all their other FPSs? Because, for instance, I was playing Bad Company 2 the other day, and then, I went over to a friend's house, and I played Modern Warfare 2, and bullets were, instant shot, and the gravity didn't affect, the wind didn't affect, nothing affected it. It's it was nowhere near any kind of real physics, as opposed to where Bad Company fixes that, where bullets actually travel at 700 miles per hour, gravity affects it.
I have no idea.
So
Did you
that's
play
the
Modern?
question.
Did you play World at War?
No. So I don't know if the physics are broken in that too, but from what I know, Call of Duty is notorious for having that quote unquote fake physics, you know, where it's like, oh, I'm aiming at them, I pull the trigger, they're instantly dead. So, I guess that remains to be seen if they actually add real physics into the shooting.
Well, the Call of Duty series, in its defense, has done a lot of things right. It's done a lot of things well. It's made some very good World War II era shooters. And Modern Warfare, which was good while it lasted, but was over in the blink of an eye.
I think where the reason you're still going to have a Call of Duty, where you're trying to tweak this microphone. Anyway, I think the only reason that Call of Duty really is still competitive against Battlefield, especially how well the core gameplay with Battlefield has become. I mean, the graphics are great, everything's destructible, the physics are real, and the major difference is EA is horrible with server connections. They don't keep the score on anything. Like, you could literally kill 3 people with a knife in the game, and you can go and check your stats right afterwards, and it'll be like, you killed no one with a knife. And that's not hard programming. It's like, how can EA not keep track of your statistics? It's not that hard, but Call of Duty doesn't do that. Plus, they have less server errors. So, if EA ever fixes that, Battlefield is probably kill Call of Duty pretty quickly.
Well, I would tend to agree, except for the fact that Call of Duty, kind of like Madden, has a bajillion fanboys that are just gonna buy it because it's got Call of Duty on the box.
Kill it, but I mean, it's gonna take away a lot of the business because Battlefield keeps getting more and more polished. While I haven't seen Call of Duty do that so well, so it's mainly a server issue, I think, at this point.
That, and then they put out a new Call of Duty game every single year.
Well, also probably the storylines are more in depth in Call of Duty. The Battlefield campaign mode was really shorter.
Well, the Call of Duty has a tendency to go for shot moments, especially with the last 3 entries in it. Like in Call of Duty 4, you were sitting there and helpless to watch as a nuclear weapon got detonated in the city, and then your plane crashed and you were crawling through the wreckage right before you died. In Call of Duty 5, you're laying there on a heap of dead people and watching the Germans run through all these dead Russians and shoot them all in the head. Anything that was still moving. In Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, you ran through a airport with a group of Russian terrorists, basically killing everything that moved, just shooting innocent people who didn't even have guns or fire back.
Yeah, with Bad Company 2, more like the campaign where the stories go for it's like a dark comedy going for the most part.
Yeah, I like that about
Bad
it.
Company 2 is a little bit more serious. They're like, oh, we gotta stop Russia, they got a super weapon, But it was still a dark comedy, and wow, I think we're boring these two to sleep with our serious game of talk.
Yeah, you never said what you thought of the trailer.
It was cool.
That's what's in depth.
That was a good adjective. I haven't heard it in a while. It's just not something you hear every day.
What, in depth or cool? Because that shit.
How about astute? You don't hear astute often.
How about
It's pretty astute.
How about studious?
Studious.
That's a good one.
I'll be honest. I watched the trailer and I don't remember any of it. I remember there was a guy, and I think there was somebody talking a voice over a radio and saying we can
I remember
rebuild
some
him.
explosions.
I think I remember some
Josh,
explosions.
Josh, were
and
you even awake when you showed us this? Were we even watching the screen when you showed us this?
No, I was watching the screen. I just don't remember any of it. I remember a voice and I remember some shooting, and that's about it. And then the Call of Duty splash page.
Yeah.
I was trying to get you guys to pay attention to it. Alex was wandering off.
I was sleeping, I guess.
Don't take it too personally. I show them stuff all the time, and it's like 20 seconds later, they're like, "Wait, what are you talking about?"
Sounds like them. But I'm actually kind of excited about this game. The chance for a proven first-person shooter series to explore the Vietnam era and those wars all across Asia and everything. And I think this has a lot of potential. There's a lot of untold ground there, and it's nice to see the Call of Duty series get out of World War II without saying, "Oh, let's jump to modern times." That's kind of cool too.
Well, I think this is just a theory, but I think maybe one of the reasons why they haven't done it is because jungle maps on FPSs tend to not like them. Like, my brother was playing the other day on Bagpipe 2, it was on a jungle map, and some guy was on his mic just kept going, "You know, this map's gay, this map's stupid, let's leave," and he just kept saying, "Let's leave," until finally he turned his mic on, and he was like, "Stop talking about it and do it." And it's not the first time we've heard people complain about jungle maps, and I don't know why. I guess this is naturally,
Well, there was
even in video games.
I don't know. There was a lot of jungle type maps, stuff like that in World at War. And the version of World at War that I played online the most didn't have hardly anybody voice chatting because it was for the Wii.
Oh, that brings me another sidebar. The world will end when the Wii comes out with their newest console, the Stir Fry. The Nintendo Stir Fry.
Are you being serious?
Oh no, I don't really know if they're gonna what next thing's gonna
Nobody
be called,
knows.
but that's my prediction.
The stir fry.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
What's with the whole food idea? Is Wii the name of a food somewhere in some culture or something?
I'm not gonna go there.
Stir fry?
I know it's another name for. Never mind.
I don't know, but it was Wii was chosen because it could be pronounced easily in like every language, but I don't know.
Yeah, stir fry you can't pronounce too well.
I don't think. I never really liked the name of the Wii.
It's a little silly, but the whole idea with the Wii was to go global, you know.
They've gotten
to
a whole
expand
lot
to-
of people playing it that don't usually play
Exactly.
games.
Like
But at the same
parents.
time, they've disregarded their hardcore audience.
Yeah, Nintendo went completely away from the hardcore audience.
I got to admit, I am looking forward to Metroid Other M, though. That looks pretty cool.
It does look good. But, maybe, actually, honestly, the next one will probably be like something like Nintendo Mao. Because the name Mao is both Chinese and Latin. It's like, wow, that's rare for both.
Mao is Latin?
Mao is Latin. I'm pretty sure is a. Sure, I'll hold it. I'm sorry.
Hold
I'm
the
pretty
mic.
sure Mao is Latin for bad.
Mal.
Mao.
M-A-L.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds similar. I'm thinking of the Chinese name M-A-O, Mao.
M-A-O. Man.
But that does sound like something that could be easily pronounced in any language, Mao.
Yeah, but that would be the worst marketing ever to name a
Well, everyone thought the
console
Wii
after
was
to
retarded
name
at
a
first.
console with the same name as a communist dictator.
Oh.
Who murdered several 100,000 people.
Yeah, I guess the Nintendo Hitler would not sell too well.
I want to see Nintendo announce that.
Or the Sony
Our next
Bush.
project, codename The Hitler.
It would be exactly like the Wii, except it would have the sensor bar would be much smaller and would be located in the
Dead center.
dead center.
And we should really wrap up this week's podcast. We're over an hour now. So you guys
Alright.
want to go ahead and say goodbye?
Alrighty.
Okay, my name is Joystick. Signing off with this week's Press the Action button. With me, as always, was D-Pad. Say
You
goodbye,
guys, D-pad, you guys take care of yourselves. Tune in next week, alright?
And Game Face. Say goodbye, Game Face.
There goes. See you next week.
And Bim. Say goodbye, Bim.
And this is the guest star, supposedly Bim or Slacker-chan. Saying,
See,
Hey,
I
bye.
combined Big Tim and came up with Bim.
oh, well. Oh, and apparently, according to my bike, I heart Bad Boys. Thank you, Ian.
I heard about that story.
Yeah, I think our hostages are waking up out in the living room, so we better get going.
This has been Press the Action Button on digital-delirium.com, signing off.